Okay, that's working. And let's check the Facebook one. Hi, everybody. I don't know if anybody's here at the moment, but hi, everybody. I don't know if anybody's here. I just want to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Cool. 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 All right. I need to mute that and mute that. All right. So I have all of these lovelies ready to go. These are thermochromic star pendants. They're black now because they're cold, but let me get them heated up so you can see the magic. Kind of. We're going to keep it going. Just applying a little bit of heat to these so that you can see how they change color. These are like mood rings, but as a pendant instead of a ring. There it is. So cute, so pretty. I just love those. All right, y'all, please forgive me. I've got the sniffles today. My allergies are in high gear. So you may hear me sniffle or blow my nose here and there. All right, so I'm going to get started on these guys. These I casted the other day, and they need to be um, sanded down a little bit, and then I will add the thermochromic paint to them, let that dry, and then put a coat of clear resin on top of it. And I'm really sorry if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I don't have the chat windows open for that. I'm focused on my Whatnot stream for the time being because I'm going to be auctioning off some items in a little bit here when I've got some more viewers. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on that chat to make sure I know what's going on. I should probably write some show notes, eh? Wasn't thinking about that. I'm still new to this. Forgive me. Okay, getting them sanded down, and I'm gonna actually take this off the tripod real quick and write my show notes. Okay, there we go. Woo. Okay, those are all sanded and ready for the thermochromic paint. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. No. Well, okay. Well, okay. It's still got volume. Okay. And then can I edit that? I'm just gonna put that there. All right. Well, it said it was going to be pushing buyers into the chat or into the stream, but I'm not seeing any of that yet. So, all righty. So here we go with the thermochromic paint application. It looks like this kind of yucky, off-white, yellowish kind of pigment. But when it dries, it's got the whole rainbow in it. Well, maybe not the whole rainbow, but pretty dang close. When you're using liquid pigment, it generally has the whole spectrum in it, but sometimes the purple is a little hard to see. It's mostly like a bright blue and green at the hottest level, from what I've noticed anyway. Hi, I'm applying some thermochromic paint to these resin star pendants that I'm working on. The finished product looks a little something like this. And that it's black because it's cold. But as you can see, it starts to change color when heat is applied to it. It's got a really cool mood ring effect. And I will be auctioning off some of these, as well as a few of my other items that you might see over here in the background. I primarily make resin jewelry and accessories, and I'm also an artist in general. I just love to create, and when I'm spending time in my art studio, I like to share my process so that people can see what they're potentially buying, how it's made, maybe learn a little something, maybe get inspired to try using some of the materials and techniques that I use. Oh no, I touched it. Okay. Now it sounds like this one is almost empty, but I'm gonna crank it until I can't anymore. Yeah, might have to open up another one. I only have one left. So I need to make some sales so I can buy some more, because these thermochromic pieces that I've been making have been really popular locally. I do sell some of my work in a couple of local consignment shops that sell art and crafts by local vendors. And my thermochromic pieces have been some of the most popular. And yeah, as I finish painting these up, I'm gonna have to let them dry, so maybe we can start a little auction action if we get a few more people in here. How's everybody doing? Feel free to drop a comment letting me know where you're watching from. Ooh, what the heck is that? That's weird. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're also an artist of any medium. I tell people all the time when they ask me what medium I use, I tell them that I am a Jill of all trades and a master of a few. I'm always trying new things and experimenting and combining different things together when possible. Um, I've been working on resin projects, resin jewelry for some time now. But last year I started learning how to tattoo. So that's another thing that I do. I'm also a painter, and I like to do digital art as well. So I like to keep these hands busy. I'm gonna, let's see. Am I able to, how am I able to start an auction? I'm still trying to figure this out, you guys, so please bear with me. Shop by now. Why does it say there's no inventory? That is absolutely crazy. I have like 6 things in my store. Well, I guess maybe, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna have to figure this out, and the camera's gonna go a little bit wonky while I try to do that. Let's see. Clone items. Yeah, let's do that. Items. I didn't realize that, so that's done. And now we can stop shaking around a bit. I am gonna wait until I have at least 10 to 20 people in here before I start any auctions. But you are absolutely welcome to go in my store and check out what I have available and buy it now if you like. I don't actually have them listed as auction items. I have them listed as buy nows. So that's a whole thing. I guess I'll show them to you. This is the dark rainbow orgonite pyramid, and this is available in my shop for $18. It's about 2 inches by 2.25 inches, and it has some gold wire in it as well as some. Let's see, I have aventurine in here. I have tiger's eye in here at the bottom, which you can't see because it's too dark, but there is a bunch of amethyst in there as well. When I created this, I guess I created the pigments a little too dark. It is supposed to be chakra, all the colors of the rainbow. Let me bring up my little light and see if maybe you can see it a little bit better when I do that. Maybe, kinda, sorta. It is really difficult to see the green, blue, and violet, unfortunately, but you can kind of see the amethyst crystals in the bottom there when I shine the light on it. So yeah, I'm going to make this again and not make the pigment so incredibly uh, opaque. I really thought it was going to come out translucent, but only the red, orange, and yellow did, and a little bit of the green. And you can kind of see the blue and the purple on the front of that gold sticker where it leaked through. So this is not a perfect piece. Normally I would charge 25 or $30 for this if it was in perfect condition, but because I had a few mishaps, it's need it to focus on this. Yeah, there we go. No, come on. Focus. Well, it wants to focus back here, so we're going to hold it back here. So there's that. That's in my shop for $18. I also have these little miniature pyramids, and those are going to be part of a giveaway. I don't think I set that up, so I might have to take my phone down again. Uh, these are the green resin gummy bear earrings. Now, I do have these in multiple colors, but I only created one listing so far. So if green is not your color and you want something different, feel free to leave me a comment and we can set something up, okay? And then let's see, I've got for my witchy gals and pals in general, this is a pentagram piece and it looks black right now, but it is thermochromic like a mood ring. So as it starts to heat up, it will change colors. So I'm going to put my other hand over it and try and get some heat on it and get it to change. We'll see what happens here. No, it barely changed. So let me try again. Sorry. Okay. Now you can kind of see where it's starting to change color and that pentacle is starting to become a lot clearer. So when you wear this, the heat of your body will bring out the colors. You see. And depending on the temperature of where you are, it could have a rainbow effect like this, or it could just be the blues and greens. But either way, it's really fun and it's a great piece for your collection if you are Wiccan or just witchy in general, and you want a pendant that can offer you some protection. It's magical because it has liquid crystals in it that change color based on the temperature. And I also have, as you see, these stars here that have thermochromic pigment on them, but they're drying right now, and that's why they look yellow. But I have plenty of them already made as pendants. Here's one. Again, it's cold, so it hasn't changed colors yet. But if you bear with me, I will make it change colors almost magically. And I do have one of these available in my shop, but there's plenty more where this came from. Not enough heat. You see, it's got some blues and greens and reds and golds in it. Let me shine a different light on this subject here. Try to get it without a glare. I'm going to go ahead and clip this on so that it is visible. I don't know why this one's losing heat so fast. My hands are quite warm, but I want you to be able to see the full spectrum. There we go. So as you can see, it's just like a mood ring. It changes colors based on temperature. And when you wear it, it's probably going to be mostly blues and purples and greens, like this here. Oops. Yeah. There's blues and purples and greens in there, and then the cooler areas are red and gold. Let's see, what else did I have? Oh, okay. So yeah, the mood ring star pendant is $15. This one that I just showed you does not have the holographic glitter on the back, but I do have some of those made, and that's what you would get. Unless you don't want a reversible pendant, in which case I'll just send you one of these. The next thing that I have in my store that's available to buy now is this rainbow gummy bear necklace. And so I made these gummies out of resin and then attached them to a stainless steel chain, and it's got a lobster clasp hook, and it's so cute, perfect for pride or any time of the year, really. Very kawaii, very harajuku. If you've got someone in your life or yourself who's into really cute, whimsical jewelry, or if you've got a youngster in your life that loves rainbows and gummy bears, that's the one. That's $15 to buy now. What else did I have in here? Ah, yes, my crescent moon earrings. Where did I put them? I know they're around here somewhere. Well, you can see them in my shop. I promise you they're here. I just don't know quite where I put them. They're obviously in a safe place, and even if they were lost, I could totally make about 1 million more if I wanted to. So, uh, some works in progress. I have these lightning bolt earrings that I'm going to make available very soon. These are holographic, made with black pigment and UV resin, and the front has a laser etched holographic effect on it. Now I just need to put some jump rings and earring hooks on them, and they'll be complete. I also have another set here that They're exactly the same, except they have holographic glitter in them as well. Oops. So those are super fun for, the rock and roller in your life. And, or, I guess this would appeal to punk rockers, metalheads, scene girls, people who like cute, kitschy kind of stuff, and rainbows and glitter. So I'll have those available very soon. Uh, Gosh, I have a ton of stuff that's like the resin has been cast, but the earring hooks or the pendants or whatever haven't been put on them yet. So I'm gonna limit showing you that stuff. But yeah, all of that is available in my store right now as buy it nows. I did not set them up to be auctions, but please do, if you're interested, check them out. And if you want them, buy them. I've made all of these completely by myself. I mean, the resin molds I have help a lot. I did not like hand sculpt any of these, obviously. And again, this pentacle pendant, it's black when it's cold, and you can just barely see the star design on it. But when it starts to warm up, see, it's already starting to get warm because you're starting to see the outline around the star. Forgive me, my allergies are crazy right now. But when you wear them or when they're heated up a little bit, they will start to get all the colors of the rainbow in them. Just like a mood ring, exactly like a mood ring, honestly. This is thermochromic liquid crystal pigment, and it's the exact same stuff that they use in mood rings. Wonder Woman 64, thank you for following me. If you're still here, I appreciate you so much. I'm new to the platform and just trying to get my art out there, my jewelry, and build a community. And maybe, if I'm lucky, make a little bit of money. I also love showing my process. So I started with these pendant pieces here that I had molded the resin stars already, and I just at the beginning of the show I sanded them down, applied some thermochromic pigment, and as you can see, they're still wet, they're drying. Here's this star pendant, uh, getting some color in it, which is great. And they look really cool when you wear them. I get so many compliments on my thermochromic jewelry when I wear it. Wonder if we could start another scene of process and how I do things. We're about 30 minutes in here. No sales yet, but that's okay. I know you guys are probably more used to fast paced auctions. I've definitely gotten involved in some of those on here, and yeah, they are rapid fire, but I don't have enough inventory to do a rapid fire auction. So I'm just showing you guys what I have in my shop so that you can buy it now if you'd like. How come some of these cast so strangely? Well, it's okay. I got to clean them up a little bit. So let's see. What can we cast today? Maybe I'll do some of these guys. I have these really cool. Ooh, it needs to be cleaned. Yeah, I definitely need to clean this off before I use it. But these are some cool sacred geometry molds. Tree of Life, Seed of Life, Om Mandala, uh, Metatron's Cube, Hamza. So these are pretty fun. And I've done some pretty cool things with these already, although I don't have anything to show you right now because they are all on display in a local store right now. Maybe we'll hold off on that one since the mold needs to be cleaned, and I know you guys aren't going to stick around waiting for me to clean the mold. So how about we do we'll do a couple more of these little pyramid guys. So this is what they look like in the end. Now, unfortunately, no matter how hard I try, they still end up with bubbles inside. And I don't know if you can see them. I think there's a big one right there near the top. But this has some red jasper in it. And you can kind of see on the bottom there where the stones are sitting. And then this one is just sunset colors. So it's red, orange, and yellow, although you can't hardly see the yellow because it blends with the orange so much. But when you hold it up in the light, you can kind of see that the bottom is yellow, the middle is orange, and the top is red. I was going to do the other side of the spectrum, so green, blue, and purple. So let's see if we can make that happen. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of spray it out with some alcohol. And I'll do that again because that's going to evaporate. I'll do that again before I finish, and we'll see how it looks. I'm going to wipe this out. It has a little bit of dried UV resin in it. Well, all of you that have come in to check out my show, I really appreciate you, especially those of you who have stuck around. If you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, come over to Whatnot if you want to buy any of these items that I've shown you. I also received a message from somebody over on Facebook. So let me switch over to that real quick. Oh no! Oh no. I have some of the lamest equipment for streaming. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's really not great, but we work with what we have here. Yeah, so I'm gonna switch over. See my shaky camera work. Oh wow. Okay. Somebody was asking about some of the shirts that I have on my Etsy. I have some print on demand stuff that I created a little over a year ago. And none of them have sold, but I also haven't been trying to drive traffic to my Etsy shop. So I'm finally in a place now where I can kind of put myself out there a little bit more. So that is what I've been doing slowly but surely. Oh, thank you for following me, Mommy Love 3000. I really appreciate that. I'm not getting the follow notifications on my main screen on my laptop, but when I glance over at my phone, I can see them sometimes. Who sent me what here? No, I won't be going to a regional burn in Maine. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, so I need one more of these guys that's clean. This one just needs a little wipe out. And then I can mix my 3 colors with the UV resin. Thanks for sticking around and watching my process. I know it's a little slow going and boring sometimes, but the end result is usually worth it. And, you know, if you want to, you can always come back later and rewatch this live if you like, if you want to kind of see more of my process and listen to me yap about everything and nothing like I do. So this is going to be the last of this particular UV resin that I am not a huge fan of. I've been having a little bit better luck with it the last couple of times I've used it, but for me, it doesn't really smell very good, and it also doesn't cure completely, which is annoying as hell. In most cases, it doesn't really matter that much, but in others, it really does make a huge difference. We do not want sticky, tacky resin on our finished products. Not now, not ever. Okay, so we've got green, we've got blue, and we've got purple. And I'm going to be uh, very sparing with these. I'm going to do 1 drop in each because the last time I made a uh, pyramid here, these cool colors were so dark that you can't even see them. They just look black. I hope y'all are doing really well today. I've got some handmade items in my shop for sale if you want to check them out. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll use this one. All right. So yeah, I may need to add more to this green because it's almost too light. And as I recall, this green pigment does take a little bit more. So I'll give it 2 more drops. And the green is the lightest of these 3 colors anyway. It's really the purple is the one I really need to worry about as far as being too dark. Like if you can see this this pyramid that I made, it was supposed to be all 7 colors of the rainbow to represent the chakras, and the green, blue, indigo, and purple are just almost impossible to see. And this green is still pretty light. We're gonna see how it goes in a minute. Now, let's see how 1 drop of blue goes. Yeah, still pretty light, like way too transparent. So I'm gonna add another couple of drops and try to get it a little bit more vivid, but not so much that it becomes opaque rather than transparent. Oh, Red Nest, I'm sorry, I just saw your question. Right now, I am using resin and I'm going to pour it into this little mold here. Sorry. And it's going to come out looking something like this. It's a little mini pyramid. Um, I've also got some star pendants back here uh, that are drying. The thermochromic pigment is on them right now. And so this particular star pendant here already has the thermochromic paint and the resin on it. And as you can see, when you expose it to heat, it starts to change color. And then this one too, this one is a pentacle. And for my witchy folks, as you know, the pentacle or the pentagram is great for protection. And this piece is magical because it changes color when you wear it because it's temperature reactive. And the colors are just so beautiful. I don't know how well you can see it, but it takes a minute for it to change, really. So, but yeah, I love working with a lot of bright colors. I like special effects, pigments like thermochromic pigment and neon pigment. I have a lot of like invisible neon colors that they look white under regular light, but then once you hit them with a black light, they glow different colors. I'm spritzing these with alcohol so that the bubbles that are in there uh, pop before I pour it into the mold. I really want to try to avoid bubbles, but oh, right on. What kind of stuff do you like to make, Ren? Do you make jewelry? Do you make accessories? Useful stuff? Art in general? I like to make all kinds of things with it. But lately, my focus has been on jewelry. All right, the green's looking good. Still have a little bit of alcohol in the mold that didn't evaporate. I don't mind having a little bit at the tip because a lot of times when I pour into this mold, if I don't have a little bit of alcohol down there, the point will have a bubble. Please forgive me for my snifflies. Oh, what is in there? Sorry, y'all. I see just a little tiny like fiber in there. I'm gonna pull that out. All right, here we go. We're gonna pour the green. Okay, I do see a little bubble in there. Try and get it up to the top so that it will pop. Nice. I work with wood sometimes too. I haven't lately because I don't have access. Well, I do have access to a wood shop, but it's a little bit far away, unfortunately. I have a good friend who has a wood shop in his garage, and he also has a CNC machine. And he has made carved sacred geometry artwork for me. Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love using glow pigments. I've used it in my jewelry quite a few times. And I just recently made a resin clock for a friend of mine who is a huge fan of Iron Maiden. And I made all the numbers different uh, glow in the dark, UV reactive colors. Sorry. I'm really having a hard time getting the words from my brain to my mouth today. My allergies are kicking so bad. In fact, excuse me, guys, I'm gonna let this green cure up so that I can add the blue next. And while it's doing that, I'm gonna blow my nose. Ren, do you use solar color? Pardon me, solar color dust to get your pigments? Am I able to follow you from here? To follow. I'm gonna follow you, Ren, because I'd love to see what you make. And I'm gonna give this one a little bit of a double whammy. Oh, you know what? I have a few different UV lights that I like to use, and this one is good for making sure that the bottom of the mold is cured also. But yeah, Ren, if you missed it, I see you just joined again. Nice. Do you source them from solarcolordust.com or from somewhere else? I buy most of my pigments from Solar Color Dust, and they have the thermochromic uh, brushable paint pens, which is what I use to make my mood ring stuff. But yeah, Solar Color Dust is amazing, and they have all kinds of glow pigments. Um, I'll even light this one up a little bit so you can see. This is like a glow in the dark one, so if you charge it up under UV, it continues to glow for a little while. So they have glow dust, and they also have these sort of invisible fluorescent pigments, so they look white until you put them under black light, and then as you can see, this one is blue, but under regular light it looks white. Sparkling Mima. I love that name. That's gonna be me in a couple decades, the Sparkling Mima. Okay, so let's bring blue over here. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna drink some of this coffee while I'm doing that. Sparkling Mima. I just love that name so much. That is incredible. How am I not level? Well, just when I think I'm level, something happens. All right, let's get this back under the lamp. So I'll have one on the bottom, and I'm going to try to hold it so that it cures evenly level. Well, I'm following you now, Ren. So what time is your show going to be? I I'm here in my studio until 5 o'clock, and then I've got to go to my real job. Boo. But the real job is what pays for the studio. So, uh, honey, I'm sorry I'm gonna miss it, but I wish you all the luck. I hope it goes really well for you. I had my first show on here a couple days ago, and it was really just a few people, nobody talking, and no sales, which is fine. I'm really just here to have a good time. My friend encouraged me to get on here because he was like, "You're in your studio every day making stuff. Why don't you go and share your process and sell the end products to people on the internet?" And I was like, that's not a halfway bad idea. And I really shouldn't pour when I've got the UV light on. Anybody else have ADHD? Easily distracted? Forgetful occasionally? I swear to y'all, I am not high. I can't smoke weed anymore because of my medications. But I swear sometimes it don't make a difference. Yeah, and that's just it. I'm not discouraged at all. So that's my point. Don't be discouraged if you don't get a lot of people watching your live today. Just keep going, and also know that with Whatnot you can stream to YouTube and Facebook at the same time, which is really really cool. Um, I didn't expect that, and there's sites and apps and stuff like that out there um, that will let you do that, but they have a huge monthly fee. And, being as how I'm just starting out, I need to use all the free resources that I can. So I'll be skipping those. And just going to put a nice finishing layer on this to get it all the way to the top of the mold, hopefully. And when this is done, it will be a nice cool color, uh, cool color mix to go with the red, orange, and yellow one that I've already made. All right, gonna spray the top for bubbles. And I'm actually gonna mix it around a little bit because it looks like that second batch of purple that I made was a little bit darker. I put 2 drops instead of 1, but that's okay. This is how we learn and grow as artists, by sometimes making mistakes. Well, I think that that's partially true. Not going to get rich doing crafts, but there is the potential to make quite a bit of money by sharing your process and live streaming. Uh, Everybody that I've talked to about it has said just stay consistent, don't give up, don't get discouraged, keep going live, keep sharing videos. So that's where I'm at right now. I've only gone live less than 5 times in the last week since I was given the encouragement to do so from my friend. So there's definitely potential to make money on your streaming and your videos, especially if they aren't full of ums and uhs like mine are. See, if I was editing this, I would edit all that stuff out. But since I'm not, this is live and raw. Take me as I am, or GTFO. Um, but yeah, just real quick again for the people who are in here, I do have a few products available in my store as buy nows. I didn't set them up as auctions for this because my plan was to show my process. But this delightful rainbow gummy bear necklace is in there. This thermochromic mood ring star pendant is in there. This pentacle slash pentagram is in there. Oh, Yeah, I understand that. I'm 49. I'm not too old to do craft shows, and I might once I've gotten the inventory up, I may do it, but I know it's a lot of work and not that I'm afraid of that or incapable of doing it now, but I still have a good, I don't know, 15 or 20 years before I'll be retired, and I may not ever be able to retire because I didn't give my best years away to a corporation. I don't have a 401k and all that good stuff. I don't know why scammers keep trying to get me because I don't have anything for them. Um, but I've been an artist for my whole life. This is what I've always wanted to do. Now this one looks dark again, especially that purple. I don't know if you can see, and there's definitely some bubbles in the green, but that's okay. Imperfections is how you know it's handmade, but why does that purple end up showing up as like almost black? That is absolutely crazy. Now, if we put it on a light, it's a lot easier to see all those micro bubbles. Um, but yeah, you can see the three separate colors when you hold it up to a light, but when there's just light shining on it, it's a little bit harder to see. It looks like green, blue, and black. Well, that purple pigment is very powerful. Thank you. Well, you're very lucky to have had a great husband. I've never been married, and for good reason, because my relationships have not been very good, unfortunately. I've been taken advantage of and used and manipulated, and yeah, I worked hard. I was in the restaurant industry as a server, as an expo, um, not able to work on my art for a very long time. And I'm still in the restaurant industry. My current real job is at a restaurant that has, it's not like other restaurants. I know that's, it sounds like very pick me, right? But yeah, it's been tough. I'm not going to get into all the ins and outs of my life, but needless to say, uh, the only great men in my life have been my father and my sons, and a few peripherally. But they're always taken by a good woman, and I like to think I'm a good woman, but maybe I still have work to do on myself. I've been intentionally single and celibate for the last 4 years, almost 5 now, and I don't regret it. I I do wish that I had had a little bit more care and comfort in my life, but you know, going to the school of hard knocks has made me the person that I am, and it's made being where I'm at right now so much more, it feels like so much more of a win. So now, I really can't complain about my life other than, gosh, I really wish that I made more money. So that's why I'm out here trying to promote my art and what I do. Like I said earlier, my friend encouraged me to get on Whatnot and start streaming live here and on TikTok and wherever else I can, because he said, you're in your studio making art all the time, why aren't you sharing the process and talking with people? And I said, well, good question. Maybe I should start doing that. And so, it was something that I had tried to do during the pandemic. I'm also a tarot reader, and that's what got me through the pandemic. Really, I worked for an app called Sanctuary, but they started moving into a different way to pay us, and it was really just not working out for me. And when they said that they were going to shift our pay rate more in their favor, I said, you know what, y'all can just take me off the roster because um, you're already taking advantage of the customers and deluding them into thinking that we can tell them who their twin flame is or whatever. So, you know what? I'm fine not working for you anymore. And it's a shame because I did make really good money working with them, but consciously it just didn't feel right anymore. And so I ended my contract with them and decided to get more involved in my local community, which has been wonderful. And it's gotten me here. And I don't know if you can hear the chatter that's kind of in the background, but there is a bar right underneath me, and there's people down there talking. Oh, sure. What's your question, love? I'm going to mix up another color, I think, because I'm going to have to fill out the rest of this mold. So I haven't conquered the bubbles yet. I just did it again. Gotta stop pouring resin while my UV lamp is on. Hopefully, I didn't get too much sticky, dry stuff. Anyway, um, the only way that I know to get rid of bubbles is to have some sort of pressure pot or vacuum chamber. And I have not had the money to invest in those things. So, what I tend to do is use a little bit of alcohol. I always have some rubbing alcohol nearby. And what I'll do is before I pour the resin into the mold, I'll spray a little bit of alcohol and then I'll pour the resin in. And usually, like points like this on the stars will get bubbles on them really badly if you don't put a little bit of alcohol in there. But it doesn't cure them all. I mean, this last piece that I just did, as you can see, it's got bubbles right in the top in the green area, and there's tiny little micro bubbles all throughout it. Um, I would love to be like, oh, hey, that's just part of the process, but people who like really do this, like this, you can see in this guy too. Maybe he's got a little bubble in his tummy, which I think is actually kind of cute. But that's just me rationalizing it, I think. Um, let's see. I want a nice little pink, I guess. Uh, but yeah, even doing layers of UV resin, you're still going to get bubbles in it. And there's really no way to get rid of them other than to degas the resin before you pour it or to I think that you can put your mold into a pressure pot. Um, I've seen artists do that, but don't take my word as gospel because I am not an expert. But yeah, I mean, when I see the little micro bubbles, I'll just spray them, and they'll start coming up to the surface and popping. I don't know if you can see that, but it really, I mean, it doesn't get them all. Yeah, exactly. They're not in my budget right now either. So everything I make, I try to limit the bubbles as much as possible with rubbing alcohol, just giving like a nice little fine spritz over the top and spritzing the mold before I pour. But other than that, um, it's kind of a it's kind of impossible to avoid, because once you mix a pigment in. Now I notice it doesn't do it as much with mica, um, but it definitely does it with these sort of clear colors. So, or transparent um, resin pigments. And I use these. I could not begin to tell you how to pronounce this brand, but I've bought them on Amazon a couple of times. These are hands down my favorite pigments because they are true to color. They come out beautiful. These, they're very, very pigmented. However, certain colors like this pink and even the yellow, they tend to glow under black light, and that's just not it for me. Like if I want it to glow, I'll use a glow pigment. But if I want it to be the natural color, I don't want it to glow under black light. So that's been a learning curve too. And I see some bubbles in this that I'm going to have to try to release. I wonder if maybe in the future, if I try to do rainbow ones, I need to start with the darker color near the top. By the way, y'all, I'm not wearing gloves right now, but you absolutely should wear gloves when you're working with resin. The only reason I'm not is because I'm not with UV resin. I don't really get it on my hands that much, and if I do, I just kind of spray my hands with alcohol and wipe them on a paper towel, and that's pretty sufficient. I don't let it stay on my skin very long, especially once the UV light goes on. That's it. So we don't want that. Okay. Hopefully that's not too much yellow. And this yellow borders on an orange anyway. So I'm basically just I used the leftover colors from the last project, and now I'm mixing up new colors so that I can actually fill up this mold one more time. All right, the big bubbles seem to be out of there. I don't know if any cured in the bottom, but yeah, this is full. I mixed that up by eye, but I got it perfect, so go me. All right, let's get this under the lamp once again. Under lamp on, upper lamp on. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. How long have I been on? Does it say? Oh, I've been on for over an hour. and I didn't make any sales with the $25 that Whatnot gave me, but that's okay. I tried to promote, and I think I got some followers and new friends out of it, so I'm here for it. I appreciate you guys. Um, let's see. Doesn't look like there was too much action in Facebook or YouTube, but that's okay. They'll both end up being published to my page. And yeah, I'm going to demold this piece in a minute when it's fully cured. Whoa. Which it already might be, but I like to give it a little bit more time just to make sure. Let's find out how it went. I was streaming it to on YouTube. I was streaming it to my I have a tattoo page, which I really haven't been keeping up with because tattoo has not been my primary anything. So, what does it say? Followers? Who are these people? I got people following me that I don't even know. That's okay. That's the internet for you. All right, let's see how this guy turned out. It's still a little warm, but that's all right. We can. This one's an easy one to get out of the mold. So, well, now let's see how this guy turned out. I can't even tell. It looked so cool when I was pouring it. And I guess it does kind of look cool. Let's shine some light on the situation. All that yellow and orange that I added to the pink just kind of blended together, I think. And then the blue and green and purple also just kind of blended together a little bit. Trying to maybe, there we go. So you can see things like this end up looking better on an LED light stand. Not a whole lot of bubbles in this one, just micro bubbles, really. But, those little micro bubbles end up looking like a universe, if you ask me. All right, so we got a few of these little guys. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but well, once again, everyone that's still here, I really appreciate you coming in and watching my stream. I think I'm going to go live on TikTok for a little while and make some more stuff. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Please check out my shop and give me a follow. And I hope to see you all again soon.